Welcome into the stream. I am It's Not Hawk.
And I am Weebins, and today we are in the Playfly, I guess not playoffs yet, but
Well, it is the sort of the post playoffs.
yeah.
SJSU Frost did sort of get eliminated, but they are here to fight for the third spot in this tournament. Of course, the loser of this series will have the fourth slot. We're going to start on Lotus, where SJSU is defending. We're in the agent select right now. Nothing locked in yet for SJSU.
Yeah. Don't be too scared if you see some ISO, because it seems that was what we've been leaning towards. We've been trying to work with that ISO Vice to kind of cook a little something, you know. And it is just, it's been interesting seeing this team evolve and grow, especially with the changing meta. I feel like this meta definitely has a lot of variety at the very least, provided you at least have Tejo and like your other normal roles. But yeah, seeing the final picks locked in as we suspected, it was, yep, Vice Tejo, leaning into that double duelist somewhat for that explosive power. And looking on the other side, pretty standard stuff for SJU Charlie with their choice of Cypher as the sole sentinel, while they are running double initiator with the Raze. Now, honestly, you don't see Raze too much nowadays. I feel like a lot of teams have been leaning more into the Neon just because they really like those fast rubble, those fast mount takes. But, you know, comfort sometimes is just better over what, you know, people think may be good at the time. At the end of the day, whatever allows you to play your best game, you know, works for you. So, gonna be starting on attack here. And oh, I lied. We are on defense. I can read, you know. Yep.
So yeah, SJSU will be starting on defense in this 3-game series. See here what they try to do. Looks like a stack towards A.
Yeah,
for SJSU. It is the wrong read, but you do have that Vice on the C site. A little more utility to slow this down, give these other players time to get over.
Yeah, that being said, probably just going to see the util dump on A here and then see how the rest of the team reacts. You see 4 players already stacked in this position here from SJSU Frost, but unfortunately, like you mentioned before, Taciturn will find out the information after jump peeking and, oh, gets a nice flash there, actually. What a...
That is a good combo to give yourself a little bit of time to get away, but here is the hit now. The paint shells do a lot of damage to Taciturn, who are gone really low, but still alive, and that is a lot of util invested here without really gaining any ground. SJSU's rotated over here, so you're gonna need to do something else.
Yeah, Flash is already committed. Drone now scouting out everything too, and this is honestly a little concerning if you're SJU Charlie. The only, I mean, you do have the Breach Aftershock, but you haven't really gotten too much control anywhere else. I mean, Cypher is just holding down A, but in terms of going to B or opening the door, there's not a lot going for you right now. There's no one's really clear towards B main. It's just going to be a rehit after the smokes dissipate. They might just dry walk this, honestly, and
yeah, Taciturn could get 1 or 2 here. There's the Tejo guided salvo going in again. Taciturn finding 1 there. Snail was blinded up, but the trade back is good. And now Goomba here to hold anything off. And you find a connection on these shots. Not yet, at least. That will be bomb down. It's a 4v4 retake.
Fenrir getting ready alongside a double tap Cypher Cage holding the site. Everyone's in this
Elemental
corner
shield
though.
Up, still alive, doing damage. There's the headshot, recharge there. 2 players left alive for SJU Charlie. Elemental going up high and gets punished hard for that. Now it's Goomba and Arise here. It's a 1v1 now. Arise with the classic knife out for Nick will be the downfall. Arise gets the wall bang and will get the defuse to save this round.
Yeah, running out of bullets there near the end of that firefight. Defenders really just scrambling all over outside of main and even just trying to do their best to hold on site, but nice trades coming through for SJSU Frost to secure the first round.
Yeah, and I mean, it came down to, I think, the utility there. Just both sides committed a lot. But then I think SJSU had a little bit more coming in on that retake. Still some, you know, some mistakes that left it a little bit vulnerable for sure. It did come very close in the end of that round, but SJSU will have a lot better of a chance here. They're going to be a lot more favored with these guns. The 5-man walk up B.
Yeah, classic CS strat you see coming out here at Rush B. Goomba now will be jiggling this angle, but it's not really looking at it too close enough. Oh, now sees one, sees the rest, has the salvos ready to stop this, and waiting. The thing is, SJU Charlie did this the last time where they just ripped util and didn't exactly scale up, and they're not feeling confident after knowing that everyone has probably rotated and stacked through breakable door. There are literally 3 members on site.
Look how close Elemental is here with the Guardian.
Oh,
Taciturn.
dear.
Nobody spotted. Nobody spotted Taciturn on that jump out. Taciturn finds 2 quick ones with the
but
ghost.
left on
Nice
main.
headshot. Elemental now going for more. Guardian finds the body shot. Trades go back and forth, but it will be SJSU with a very clean round. I mean, Taciturn didn't even buy into that, so you pick up the gun. You really are wasting no credits here at all.
Yep. Very, very clean bonus round here to start us off here, and that is exactly what you want to see. Nice awareness from Taciturn to take that timing outside of C after sensing there was no presence there, especially after Goomba was holding it down B main, allowing the rest of the team to rotate there. Now the first full buy round out, and honestly, I feel like SJU Charlie need to just be able to draw rotators to the extremities of the map here. They've just been committing a lot of players towards one side, seeing a bit more of a defaulty split approach coming out now as stun comes out. Stun ult, and the Rose is destroyed.
Taciturn so much utility to push them back right here. Still, I mean, you have some more space now, but it is queuing over the rotates. That spike is still with the Cypher. A little bit of a default. Mikey Poo gets the first kill of this round. That is a pretty big pickup. It opens up B as a possibility. It looks like Charlie maybe want to go there.
Yeah, splitting the pressure now through the breakable door there. Tries to challenge it there, but
He did find the dink, but yeah, that ghost not enough to kill. Goomba swinging out with the Bulldog finds one. Lavi finds another. Okay, so it's a 2v3. Lavi very, very low, though. Both these players on B.
yep, now planting on C. Seeing 2 players actually getting ready for a CT push here, but this is not where we're going. However, Lavi, 1 shot from Def probably is going to have to figure out how to make some space here, and honestly,
Oh, the timing there is brutal. Lavi find a kill. No. He cannot.
Crossfire is strong, but at least getting 3 rifles out of the hands of SJU Charlie, so not the worst result, but still maybe one that, well, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you try to challenge some of the angles, try to get a bit of information, but SJU Charlie keep it relatively clean. Waited for the right timing to re-hit C after the initial wave of utility, and it looks like they will opt for a similar approach.
Yeah, I mean, it did work last time fairly well, at least. Not overcommitting the spike right now is a pretty good idea. Oh, Elemental finds the opener. That was in B main. I think Mikey Poo just walking up there alone, allowing for that kill. The kill contract also goes through, so Elemental will be in a 1v1 right now. We'll see. And she does win the duel. That's 2 players gone for SJU Charlie. SJU Charlie. It's gonna make this a lot harder to do now. And the Tejo drone's gonna spot Cypher. Did it spot the bomb as well?
1 shot from Def here, almost.
Yeah, that's a risky jump peek.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, both smokes are down, so this is where the round gets a little weird. Now just Optic swinging out, but ready on the angle. A141 ready for it, and Hungry now gets Taciturn on C.
Nice shot through the wall, but Hungry's very low. The Cypher's low as well, so it just takes a little bit of luck, a little bit of RNGs for these bullets to fly into the chests of these SJU Charlie players.
But it's a fake. It was all a fake to allow for the plan on A, though. Now here comes the hard part. 1v2 clutch coming through to... As now gonna opt to go through baby door here. Do they get the timing on the...
Has the gun out. Oh, they're through heaven.
Both going through stairs, presumably. Footsteps being heard, though. A lot to do here. Does have the camera on the bomb dodo here for the tap.
If they're not watching this, first kill goes through. That's gonna be enough to reveal to Goomba the position of this Cypher. Do now guided salvo. Will it catch? Yes, it will. A141 is just too low to play the game right now. Completely shut out there.
Yeah, forced to be alone here. Heard getting a little close on the defuse. Oh,
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell without audio here right now, but
Yeah, well played to them though, to at least getting it to be that close, but now gonna be
yeah,
forcing,
definitely.
not gonna be forcing on the lighter buy here.
I think Cypher there played, play the best positioning that you can really in that 1v2. And you're so low. I mean, really, you did bring it down to did bring it down to the wire. So
Yeah,
nothing to scoff at there.
almost had the clutch factor, but now gonna see these ults start to charge up. This is where Lotus gets a bit dangerous now, because whether you play offsite or offsite, gonna be a question for Taciturn as now present towards B again. We've seen Mikey Poo challenge this angle so many times and be unsuccessful. Will they do it again?
I'm Hungry is there to back it up just in case. You also have the breach in Snail. Elemental's peeking into 3 here. Isolates the first, swings out a little bit too wide on the second, but Goomba actually trades that one out, so it's a good trade there for SJSU Frost.
Yeah, now Taciturn take
2. Drone coming out.
Yep, we'll scan everything. Taciturn actually has a lot of space towards C again. We've seen them go for this play, especially on the lighter eco rounds, and I think with the mount control too, they might actually opt to pinch this, but you can't get too ambitious here. There's still numbers on their side as now.
Taciturn playing this oh man, playing in a secret spot there. Little sneaky. Couldn't find the advantage in that. Despite it.
Yeah, Rise now gonna be forced to back off here if they don't
not
want to
even gonna contest, and it goes wrong again. That's a big opening now for SJU Charlie to take this round. And the ult orb there is a little risky. I guess the bomb is still coming with Snail, moving at a snail's pace, you could say, going through tree. The pings are there for SJSU. They're aware.
20 seconds left. Armageddon could get invested, but gets him off with the salvo source. There's only 14 seconds left, and now it gets rid.
There it is.
Yeah, but I think it missed. Wow. They can swing off stairs and stop this. Lobby.
They can. 5 seconds now to get this bomb down. Just one player alive. They're in tree. There's not going to be any time for this. Wow. That combination of the Raze and the Tejo utility just really bullying them off this site.
Absolutely well played to SJSU Frost, knowing that SJU Charlie were running out of time there and really able to chain the utility together to prevent them from getting the plant there. And that is really just the power of Tejo on this map. And like I mentioned, those ults starting to ramp up, really huge difference makers in these rounds now. Let's see if SJU Charlie now with 2 of their own can do something here. 1 off the showstopper as well, so.
And 1 off the Rolling Thunder.
Lot of playmaking tools to be had here if they can get early control, can secure some of the orbs for those. Looking for maybe the Rolling Thunder, presumably.
It's sort of what we've seen earlier, but stalled out at C, not able to find an opening. Hazard have been very good playing around that angle, not overextending, not overexposing themselves.
Getting a bit of a node in here. A little cheeky with it, but the thing is now, they know Arise is probably out Rebel, so let's see how diligent they are in clearing this out. Drone getting prepped and ready as the rest of the members are behind. Cage is out now.
Drone does spot it, looking directly at Arise. Does get the teleport off in time, but you're stuck here now. You've got to do something. Hungry gets the kill on the Lauvi. The paint shells do so much there. 2 kills. Hungry responds with the showstopper. Another trade back. Goomba and Nick going 1 for 1 here. It's a 2v2 now. 2 ults online for SJU Charlie. That Armageddon, the Rolling Thunder. These are big ults, but also SJSU Frost has the Vice ultimate here that could completely shut down any chance of them fighting back right now. The spike being planted. There is that ultimate committed. Primary jammed now for Nick. And yeah, it was the difference maker. Taciturn finds the kill to save the round.
Yeah, and it just feels like SJU Charlie are really running out of time here whenever they're forced to go for a plant. You know, they commit early investment, they commit numbers towards one part of the map, but because they are not doing anything to maybe create question marks for SJSU Frost, they're always confident to hold together, play together, and hold their util. You really need to, you know, do a little more on A or C maybe to force a Rise out of position, maybe get 1 or 2 members rotated on the other side before really finding for a rehit. It just seems like every time they're getting timed out and stalled out.
I mean, this is an attacker-sided map. It is a fairly attacker-friendly composition for SJU Charlie. They just need to find a way to use it a little bit better. Hungry onto the rubble here. Does find the kill with that Guardian. Ooh, and Rise, though, trading it out, getting another 1-2. Neural theft now. Location revealed for all of these SJSU players. Rise gonna get that ping again, and that's the information that they need to go and send this B, I believe. Might get met by Goomba here. You will, yeah, commit some utility there. Aware of the possibility. The guided salvo also committed, but the bomb hasn't been started to be planted yet. Here we go now. Snail will get it down. Now, again, you have the guided... Oh, man, Taciturn hates with the flash being placed there. I mean, does get traded out pretty fast, but it opens it up for Arise and Goomba. Arise with a 3K in this one.
Yeah, absolutely well played to them. When they detected the aggression towards A, opened the door to trade everything out. It got a little messy at the start of the round, but once again, the teamwork of SJSU Frost is simply proving to be better, especially when it comes down to these 2v2 situations.
Yeah, especially. Yeah, I mean, just so much really nice trading. It's just seemed very clean, very composed. You know what you're doing. It's not a scramble to try and save the value of these kills, but you're just ready for it.
And the thing is, SJU Charlie is still unable to really find any value with these ultimates here. You would think these would be round winners, but it just seems like everything they're trying to do right now is falling a little flat.
I mean, they really haven't been able to use them, whereas SJSU have Elemental charged up the second kill contract now as well. And you still have the showstopper for SJSU. You maybe want to use at some point soon. Lauvi facing 3 players here. It could be the moment for it. Utility goes out, flash, not dodged. Rocket Fuse does go up the kill contract as well. Neither of them finding any targets. Oh, Lauvi, that's way out wide. A little risky there. And SJU Charlie have found the kills so far.
Yeah, Mikey taking a nice light timing through B, catching everyone by surprise, but Goomba gets to turn around on Snail, but now
Mikey Poo does kill Taciturn, so it's a 1v3 for Goomba. Gotta retake this. Mikey Poo may get the timing here if Goomba doesn't check this. Does see the barrel of the gun, though, and so turns just before it could happen.
Oh,
careful here,
through.
There's a player main. Okay, A141 does do well in that duel for themselves. Doesn't need to rely on that last player. Still would have been a hard retake for Goomba, but good that it ended there for SJU Charlie. It's their second round this half.
Kind of crazy that still, despite everything happening, SJSU Frost still having trouble on the eco, and it makes sense though, because these rounds are not clean. It comes down to 1 or 2 players remaining alive even after all these rounds. Despite the scoreboard, right, it is still possible for SJU Charlie to string together a couple of rounds with the better weaponry if they can find those correct timings, if they can play the map correctly on the attacking side and get the value. And yep, now just challenging outside of Mound here. Elemental left all on their own, just getting bombarded, stunned, flashed.
Oh no, the Rolling Thunder, so hard to do anything there. So much utility dump, but the kills came through as well. Still have that Armageddon online too if you want to try do something with that, but I don't think you'll need it to really secure this round here. Taciturn just with the Stinger. What can you do here if you jump out? You're running into 5 players right now. Rise with the Sheriff here as well. Checking these angles before Taciturn has to
full
peek
cross
into
being
it.
held.
That's not good timing, not good guns. And now Taciturn with the Stinger has to go against the world. These players are gonna move up. They're gonna be a little more aggressive. They're holding this angle hard. Drone goes in a direction they know Taciturn isn't. But
Yeah, psychological warfare tactics being implemented here seemingly. Just noise cues and whatnot, and footsteps now being heard. Just gonna have to sacrifice themselves towards the spike here at this point. And that is now 3 for SJU Charlie. Getting a little scary here as they're now starting to build up that economy back up.
it is 2 in a row, and it was an eco for SJSU, so we'll see. But it definitely could be, an omen of bad things to come right now, because if you do lose this round, you're probably going to lose the second as well. SJU Charlie looked very good at capitalizing on that gun advantage that they did have.
Maybe a little bit overconfident here on Frost. Eco round, sure, we had to take a risk, take a few peeks here.
Yeah.
Understandably so, but you have to keep in mind you got to respect the utility and you got to respect the speed, which, SJU Charlie can take up space here, and maybe that respect not being properly shown after a good amount of rounds being given, but now Lavi just waiting in front of this and knowing that there's probably player salvos out now, forced to back off, retreat into the site.
There's Armageddon committed. That's pretty early, and actually it even gives a space for Lavi to avoid. Stunned up though, so it will give Hungry the kill pretty easily. Counter Armageddon, I believe.
Wow,
Goomba gets a kill from that. Now Elemento with the double tap up, searching for more, trying to pick out survivors. Does lose it now, couldn't find a kill in time, but it's stalled out. SJU Charlie so much here.
Yeah.
Still stuck in this main area. Some players towards the B side as well behind this door. They're gonna keep tapping it open and closed. And it is a little bit of misinformation. Peek out doesn't go so well. Guided salvo will catch on to this player here, and it will be a guaranteed kill as well. Snail finds one to salvage it a little, but Arise gets one, gets two, looking for the third. Ran out of bullets maybe, but Goomba there to clean it up. 3K for Goomba. Arise with 2 as well. SJSU hold it off for now, but again, really lost a lot of players still.
Yeah, I see the scrappy buys coming through again and again. Thing is, though, is like I mentioned earlier, you know, SJU Charlie got held up on one side of the map and SJSU Frost ready to respond and rotate. You know, can't really read into it too much. Would have to say the Armageddon probably did not get as much value as you wanted, especially with the space and the gap on the side there.
Yeah.
Luckily, was able to force Lavi to peek that there and still traded out the kill, but the rest of Frost were ready, especially Arise, getting 2 on the round alongside Goomba there, so... I mean,
very unfortunate to get counter ulted there when you're all grouped up. Very hard to get out of that situation. And the guided salvo as well, just catching you where you are stuck in this position. You're not ready to go in on site. And so I think actually SJSU Frost have maybe read into that and started playing around that with the Tejo.
Yep, now though, A141 getting space towards Rubble here, able to start moving a bit forward, and this is the type of pressure you want to see on the map. Taciturn here is still back on site. You probably would not expect the Vice setup to be A, but there's a little bit of a read into this wall now. Standing.
Now,
trigger.
The wall. Yeah, that's a trigger, but it will also be the trigger for SJSU to sort of walk over now.
Yeah.
He's going to peek into a player here and will get the kill. Mikey Poo falling down now. And SJSU now confident to commit over to this A site. There are players already here. Taciturn swings out, finds one with the Phantom, looking for more. Hungry has made it onto the site. Do they know that Taciturn's so close? Nick certainly doesn't. Hungry now in a 1v2 boombot forces the look down and the timing for Lavi and Taciturn to peek out together.
Nice site hold with the utility together, getting ready to fight before they can even get the plant down. And SJSU Frost getting 8 on the board. You know, it's kind of funny because typically people would not call this a defender-sided map, but, you know, if your teamwork is good enough, if your utility usage is good enough, I feel like you could make the argument for both here. I mean, there are teams like G2 that have found a lot of success on the defensive half, but they do play double smokes, but, you know, comp choices aside, right, it really comes down to your playbook and how you choose to play it.
Yeah. Seems like SJSU just have the better read right now. SJU Charlie, I think, going to be in a bit of a half buy here. I don't know if they're close to any ults, but they don't have any available online now. Neither does SJSU. Thank you to Himiko for the water break. We'll take that in just a second as I think this round is about to start. Here we go. Hungry with the blast pack, jumping up onto the head of Lavi at the same time as the paint shells. Lavi gets 2 though in response with the paint shells of her own.
Yeah, not quite sure how that happened.
Oh man.
Probably didn't see it as they were running through the smoke now. Paranoia are getting prepped and ready. And everyone's just funneled in.
Teleported behind. They're spraying at each other. Mikey Poo wins the duel. That's a funny one. And now it's just Mikey Poo with the primary jammed. Ring around the rosy, but you do have the spike. Taciturn is holding this angle. Yeah, you're caught out now. There's the location revealed. The suppress as well. You have no options, and SJSU Frost is closing in. Here we go. Elemental peeks out, even finds the perfect timing as Mikey Poo's turning away to get that kill and end this half 9-3.
Unusual with the double duelist comp, but this is something that SJSU Frost have been working on now. Need to see them just close it out on this attacking half. We'll see what happens here as SJU Charlie may need to activate the 9-3 curse. We will find out.
And you said it, so now it's going to happen. But it should be a fairly easy one for SJSU Frost to close out here. Just need the 4 rounds, 3 to send it to overtime. You do want to end it here. Head on to this next map.
Yep.
Keep playing, try to win this out fast. Head home, celebrate your 3rd place in this tournament.
Hey, in my defense, I said 9-3 for SJU Charlie. So if I'm like reverse cursing it, right, theoretically, that means Frost should just win outright. But I say that, but everyone
Every time there's a 9-3, we have to do like
oh no!
Map.
Oh
man! Hungry peeks out onto a flash, gets 2. Nick finds a 2nd, and they're getting so much out of this. Oh my goodness! Just read like a book. SJSU Frost find themselves unable to do anything. And it's your fault, Weebens. You cursed them.
Hey, all right, so I'll not be seeing any of you gamers next semester at this rate. But jokes aside, yeah, a bit interesting. They read into that everyone would just stack C and they're just ready with the util with the guns. And I'm not gonna read too much into that. That happens sometimes. You gotta feel out the defense first, especially on 3-sided maps. But now seeing a bit of a change up to a more normal setup. You see the double initiators there on the baby door there, ready to stun, ready to salvo to get early control towards Rubble there. And now the rest of SJSU defaulting their camera already out, though should be heard. Drone coming through, scanning out the trips, not front trips, but still should be cleared.
Oh, and the paint shells clear out all of that Cypher utility. Force them off the site right now. Even on the eco, you have to respect the potential. Mikey Poo gets the first kill of this round with a classic, actually.
I mean, honestly, for all of these, you just expect a spike plant, and that's the best you can do. But trades out towards Waterfall. 3 players ready on it, and it gets a little scary here. Still, the double flank has to win the fights towards Waterfall. Yeah, unable to do so, though.
Still, I mean, you do want a couple more kills there probably if you're SJSU, but getting the bomb down is money, is free. Put it in your pocket, keep it for next round, and it will come down to this next round a little bit because SJSU can't win this one. SJU Charlie kind of creeps up a little bit more. I mean, they have another advantage going into the next round. I mean, you see this going to 9-7.
I mean, if anything, I would pin SJU Charlie's comp to be a bit better on defense if their attack isn't looking as strong, simply just because of the fact they have double initiator util to work with, and you really see it starting to shine here in these first 2 rounds. So this is where things get a little dicey here. First buy round needs to go clean, but once again, another stack towards C, and 4 players actually ready outside of B.
Yeah.
This is definitely a choice, and this is not good, to say the least. If you see all the players stacking towards the door, I think some...
Oh, man, they're walking out here, too. It's a death ball, and Taciturn is the target. Hungry finds the headshot with that Guardian. Had it salvo coming out, but it's a little too late. They've moved on, and they're swarming through C.
Yep, now cycling the guns through to try to at least stall it out, but it's a mad race towards the A site here, and Elemental going to be first contact here on this angle. Good for the first undercut.
Did it connect? No, it didn't. Hungry finds the headshot, traded out fast, though. SJSU will get the bomb down, and now they're on site here. Have to defend against 3 players. They're all coming from behind, but SJSU don't know that. They still need to clear a lot of this space out. And in the meantime, it's Goomba against 3. And there's a door open in tree, so you have to worry about so many different positions right now.
I mean, 2 players push up to heaven here, so maybe can make work of this, but salvos have to be initiated earlier. And A141 sees Lavi, maybe has a chance to get on a rise, but now Spike being defused. Spam's coming through.
Oh,
first stop.
A rise swinging out, gets the 2. Goomba here still in tree. Not sure quite what happened, but Arise did get the kill there. A141 can't make it happen, and so SJSU Frost will, slow down the curse at least for now. 5.
3 players dead. Have to buy less now, if anything. But nice of them to be proactive and take space towards heaven there, knowing that the players at more than likely would be on the flank, unbreakable door, as they're just trying to make the dash towards the A site there. Now seeing this come up. No ults ready to be in play other than into the shadows, but I don't imagine you'll get too much value. But hey, you got the spike given over to them, so for the option of the fast rotate, it is more than possible. But Yeah, Rubble already claimed and cleared. Taciturn just gonna have to sit there and wait. So now the rest of the team just looks at C here. Flash being prepped, but no further action taken. Drone will force Cypher off the angle there, but
I mean, the bomb is still with Arise. Does have the ultimate potentially, but might be a little bit slow here to get on any of these sites. Losses a smoke. Arise is gonna have to walk up all the way through here. At the same time, Taciturn dueling in B. There's 2 players flank. Taciturn's stuck as well, but the site hit comes through now. Hungry gets that kill on the Taciturn. I was talking about that. A lot harder for SJSU, especially when you have the performance from SJU Charlie like this. It's a 2v3 still.
Yeah, they're gonna
SJSU
flip the
have
map.
options.
The map is flipped now. They went into CT and now
man.
going to A. They knew
And the
that.
teleport is good as well. It's a great time. You buy yourself a little bit more time for this spike to tick down. More pressure for Charlie to do something.
A nice read on the flank towards planning for Heaven there. Knows that SJU Charlie were all behind them. Has a chance to play as Elemental, trying to catch any stragglers lurking through B, but we'll see no one now as the rest of them start to path towards Tree. Arise has to go for maybe another 3K, and we see them do it again. Kill contract still available for first tap, though. Now looking, clearing the site. Paranoia getting ready to be thrown, but not quite yet.
Tap first. There's the kill contract. One player taken out.
Oh,
for
but
now.
drop the drop!
Oh no!
Flicks
Arise
around.
finds it, gets the flick. Oh no! Nick sneaks up from behind, looking at.
But there's no time. There's no time. It was.
I called it. SJSU Frost, by planning there early, by teleporting over to A, bought themselves enough time to stall this out, even though they lost the duels.
Yep. And now, speaking of timeout coming through.
Yeah.
And you know you're gonna be scratching your heads a little if you're SJU Charlie. You know, flanking is always an interesting thing. You know, you do it with 1, 2 players. 3 is a bit much, and you can see it gives SJSU the chance to flip the map, rotate through CT, and allow them to play through spawn. And realistically, if you're playing on the flank, you have no information of what's going on your side of the map. So maybe gonna need to rethink of what you choose to prioritize. Maybe you have 1 or 2 people towards B in case you hear rotations. I'm not quite sure, honestly. I mean, 3 site maps are always interesting for IGLs to really calm and figure out. And at the moment, SJSU Frost seem a little more comfortable right now, to say the least.
I think in order to get there in time, those Charlie players would have had to cut through B, but then they're running into Elemental, who was waiting there. So SJSU really, I think Frost really had the right idea in their mind completely, and I didn't really see it until it all unfolded, where you basically, you force the time game.
Yeah, I mean, you flip the map, you create confusion, and you get so much space for yourselves. There's too many question marks, really, when it comes to SJU Charlie in terms of just when we go for a flank, what is happening on the other side of the map, because all the site players already died in that situation. So whether they need
2 rounds in a row and Taciturn has a stinger.
Well, it has not been the cleanest game, you know. Everyone's been falling down here and there, you know, not really allowing people to keep their guns or build up the eco. Like I mentioned before, it's really coming down to these 1v1s or 2v2s. Now Hungry.
Aggressive here in the jump spot is a good distraction, not good enough. Elemental finding 2 as well. Snail, that flash was a little too deep to catch her. Now the C site is completely in the control of Frost. Elemental even hungry for more. The double tap is expiring, but it won't matter. Spray connects. 1 for Arise and 3 for Elemental right now, and it'll be 2, a flawless round for SJSU Frost to bring them to match point.
Yeah, finally able to keep all of their guns now, and now knocking down SJU Charlie to an even lighter by worse for wear, honestly. And these 2 ults here are not going to find any value unless you get some kills. Neural Theft could be a little scary here if they're able to trade it out, but once again, it just seems like they are a little too keen on these flanks that just simply have not been working out. And the thing is, when you force your initiator to go on flank, they're not able to hold sites or stall them out either, right? So you're really spreading yourself a bit too thin for your liking here.
Like the same plan, if not even a little bit more aggressive right now. 2 SJU players peeking out here now. Hungry goes low. So is Taz very low now. Need to be careful playing around that aftershock. The guided salvo pushes players back, and at the same time, Arise got 2 there in B. Again, that attempted flank. Snail finding 1 with the stinger, but I mean, SJSU have already moved to the A site. I mean, it seems almost the same as what we saw a couple rounds ago, where now, I mean, SJU Charlie has to hit this as if they were attackers.
Yeah, kind of flipping the map once again, but you know, even worse situation, 2v4, 2 players are low, but Steel Garden is available too to really stall that out too. So don't imagine you're able to get back into this one, especially with 3 players towards stairs here with the better weaponry. Snail has to probably do everything here now, looking through the
Footsteps have
smoke.
all been given away as well. Now they're trying. They do find the first, to find 3 actually. Snail gets that 3K. Hungry finds 1 as well, and it's Goomba now in a 1v1. Can you make this happen? There's still time on the spike, but no bullets in the gun. Goomba on 1 HP, but nothing left to do for Hungry. No options. Had to switch to the classic and just couldn't pull it out in time.
I mean, that gunfight basically sums up the entire game in a way. This game was very messy, but in the end of the day, SJSU Frost were able to thrive in the chaos and have those clutch moments where, you know, key players were able to get multi-kills, especially Arise. And they were able to close it out, at least securing the round wins, even if not all the gunfights are going the way they wanted to.
Yeah.
Now moving on to the next map, I believe.
Haven.
Yep, and you know, a Frost classic to say the least. Gonna see what happens here, see if there's any double duelist or not.
Yeah, maybe we see the ISO pulled out again. Seem to be favoring that one. We'll see after this short break. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are here again. It is going to be game 2 of this 3-game series. SJSU picking up the first one on Lotus. This time we're headed to Haven, where SJSU will be on the attacking side first this time.
Pretty smooth sailing on Lotus, 13-5 win there very convincingly. It was a bit messy though, and honestly, I feel like SJU Charlie may have been one of the teams where we've gone the distance with them, especially when some of their players start to get more confident, start to get more warm here. So it's job's not over yet, and we'll see if we can finish it out on attacking side of Haven. Now we're gonna be looking at the comms here to see if anything interesting changes. Seeing the Vice Hover, which has been a bit more popularized because of the not so breakable shear wall there and the utility, as well as the stall and the flashes. But they've played this at the beginning of the year, and now seeing how some of the adaptations come towards the end of the year, and something is cooking. There's definitely things cooking in there. I'm sure surely we do not run solo Viper on Haven, right?
Yeah, I don't think can't think of a world where that does make sense.
Yeah, I mean, seeing the double duels like shift around, everyone likes to get a little funny in their draft, in their agent selection, in their champ picks, in whatever Riot game you choose to play. I had a game yesterday where we were just all hovering Master Yi for fun. But jokes aside, now looking like a more normal mirror comp pretty much. I would say this is the standard you expect nowadays.
Yeah, no, it is an exact mirror comp, actually. And so, yeah, I mean, talk about mirror comps a little bit more in League. But for Valorant, it's a similar idea where who can really pilot this the best, who can get the most out of these agents, and we're going to see exact flips of that on the attacking side, on the defending side. So it should be interesting.
Yep. Well, I mean, at the end, it's kind of like Ascent in a way. When you really watch Ascent for the last 2-3 years at the start, it's the same 5 agent comp. Now that's slightly starting to be changed, right? With some introduction of the newer agents, but same idea, different map. Who plays this comp better? Seeing set up towards A lobby there, and like I've said so many times in previous streams, seeing a 3 players positioned, you know what to expect. The util dump, the peek towards short, and now we're gonna see how this gets read out here as we get into the second map here.
It looks like Elemental might be holding for this. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she'll pick up short, and the util will be ripped off contact. Gonna force. Oh wow, actually force them back here, but
Hungry still got value out of that.
Able to dodge the dart there.
Elemental is really pushed up here. Do they know? Can you expect this?
Oh, this
Might
is
have just
a
caught the
nasty
perfect
timing.
2 kills for Elemental. Not able to find the third, but it's good damage so far.
Oh, but Mikey Poo wins the duel out towards grass there. This can make things complicated. Still 1 shot though. But now rotates come over to the other side. Cypher util is still up though, so should give.
Cam will spot.
Yep, should indicate that Arise will go through. Just gonna farm the orbs because might as well. Cam is in an unusual spot. I don't usually see it there, but yep, Dart will recon backside there, confirming no presence whatsoever. And now rotating. They're just opting to stick together in numbers. They seem to like to do this a lot. And now, oh, surprise, a trip is there. Gonna plant in a bit of an unusual spot. I guess they're just gonna play for the site hold, not feeling too confident about long with the ping nurse. It's a little harder to do that, but now 2v3 situation. Only have backside. 1 player garage, 1 shot.
Wise finds the classic clicks, does do it for 1, but can't get the second. Taciturn blinded up, but finds the timing nonetheless. The shots so close, but Snail with the ghost makes it happen. 3 kills for them to open up the first round. That is going to be a defuse. So a defender side win to start us off here.
Yep, showing that they are not mentally checked out, still in it to win. It's Snail getting a 3K on the round. Nice trades after that initial wave of util. Really crazy that Elemental even managed to get 2 there and walk up there. But now 2 outlaws being purchased, and well, this is where we see if there's any interesting adaptations that SJSU can do. Maybe a garage hit could be suggested, but it's gonna start to default towards A again, just a normal strat again, and I don't imagine it'd work out better, especially with Hungry creeping up along here. Lobby dart coming through, stun as well. Smoked off the angle actually, but they're gonna choose to walk forward, get ahead of it.
With the outlaw. Yeah, it's easy pickings here. Misses the second shot. Get out alive. That's what matters. Elemental so low here. I wonder even if the shot connected with the leg.
Yes, probably got tagged in the legs there. Don't imagine that one feels good, as now gonna try to re-explore garage, but there's no space really being given. You can see a 1-4-1 already taking all that grass space here, getting ahead of the play, and Elemental just left to stay in lobby, create presence with our rise, but
Oh my goodness. I was looking at the mini map. Oh no. I was going to say Arise found the perfect timing, but re-peeking there. Careful with the spike. Oh no. Taciturn following the drone. Great tracking, but it's not where you're supposed to look. Snail gets the kill with that stinger and moves up behind Elemental. Oh man, it's been a bloodbath on A. We'll see if C looks any different, but it certainly doesn't seem that way. A Rise in a 1v5 with a classic.
Yep, death by 1,000 cuts here, slowly but surely. Each of the players from Frost just getting slowly chipped away at.
Good as well. Comes out in time, but it won't matter. A flawless round for SJU Charlie.
The scary thing is Snail's gone 2 rounds with 3 kills each. Now 2 off the Rolling Thunder this early into the game. Makes it all the much harder to really figure out how to get on the site. So I need to see something with this full buy round coming out here. Outlaw still in play. Only can 1-tap Arise at the very least. But, you know, feeling a bit cheeky with it. Mikey Poo on this upward windows position here. Hopefully this position on top of the box here. Oh, both of them are actually. Both jumps invested into there. So you looking like a musketeer, a British musketeer here with both Outlaws ready to just fire at will in a straight line. But luckily, A is a lot weaker though, but smokes are coming out now. Rotates also.
Heaven as well now here.
Yep, but both smokes actually invested here, so this is good. Yuto being dumped here. You see the bullets raining down here, but nothing found. And A1410 actually missed the timing on the actually got it out, but see nothing of interest. Lavi just holding towards grass here, has to really challenge Nick here.
Spike has made its way towards C.
Yeah, trips are backwards, not in the front position you're used to. And
Shocked are. Oh, okay. They do spot out the cam this time, so no vision left for Cypher. Lavi finds the opener a little late into this round now. 50 seconds left.
But this is exactly what you need. Now Nick might have a chance to play spoiler here. Does not hear. This is just sneaking.
I think will have to. No, doesn't, I guess, but still gets the timing, gets the kill. Elemental trades it back. A little aggressive swing out of Nick there, maybe too aggressive. Stun stops these players in CT from going out.
Oh, but I don't know if you peeked that.
Yeah, that's rough. 3 players that you're peeking into, and Hungry finds a kill with the Outlaw. 2v2 now. Elemental. Dash is gonna expire. You still have the safety of the bomb here. They have to defuse. A141 gets the first kill. Goomba trades it back, and there's no half. So it's still very possible. Gets the information now that the bomb isn't being defused. Still, I think it is being tapped a lot here, but the time too good for SJSU right now. A clutch. Again, very, very big damage done.
Yeah, big damage done indeed. 4 members falling down there. Not exactly what you want to see from your first gun round. And now Operator coming on round 3-4. Hungry there because they were able to bonus there. This is where it gets a bit scary here. And yep, you see them. They're feeling themselves here. Looking at garage here. Gonna look for the early
Odin.
Early peek towards grass here. Odin on the Omen, definitely a choice. I think we've seen Mikey Poop pull this one out a few times. You know, I will say.
Okay, not going to go with the Odin. Ends up picking up the Vandal.
Nick actually went for Glass Phantom. No armor there. And early TP up to get scanned out there. But still 2 players towards long here. Yep.
Oh, wow. I did not think Elemental had that one, but she definitely did. One off the Blade Storm here. Has the orb available. Hungry finds an op shot to kill out Lavi. That's the lurker down. So SJSU sort of have to commit to this here now. The shock dart doesn't deny the plant. Doesn't actually get. Oh, maybe it did get damage.
But trying to get ahead of the op.
Oh man!
Dodges out, but Hungry jumps up. She finds 3.
Does connect, but the reload is the end of her. 3 kills still is good. You've put yourself in a decent situation now. That's an even better one. A141 has to jump out of heaven here to get 2, and it just won't happen. Taciturn gets the last kill, brings it to 2-2, but it did certainly get close there.
Yep, and very important to get the op out of the hands of Hungry there, and it looked a bit rough. Now able to knock down SJU Charlie down to an eco. This is where you could possibly string some rounds, and now just waiting to see what they buy here. Might look to go towards C here, but yep, this is the eco round strat. You push down B, you push down grass during defense, so I hope that Frost is ready for this aggression, because you know, if you didn't get enough of SJU Charlie flanks from last time, you're about to see all of it come out here, especially with the Rolling Thunder. Aftershock being held, Blade Storm being ripped as well. Timing and noise, so important here. Footsteps being heard there as Garage Control's given up. No one is present on C as Elemental will be able to go back up. Aftershock tries to stun anything but finds nothing. 2 players on the flank already looking
here.
Playing in the smoke here
Would
towards the
find
window, but it's
so
being
much.
held.
Gets the first kill. That's information to these other players who are gonna clamp down now. Lavi with their backs turned. Snail finds the kill with that. Sheriff will pick up
But they
Phantom.
flipped the map. The map
Oh.
is flipped. CT is clear, and once again, like
Just
on
a
Lotus,
nice shot there. Teleport out for Taciturn 2, denying anything. No space for you. No kills for you, rather. You can't have the space. Elemental finds a kill with the Guardian. Still has the Blade Storm out. Spike picking slowly now. A141 picks up the Vandal. Now these both players are equipped, but it won't matter because Elemental with the Blade Storm finding 2 for a total of 3. Nice round from her to move around the map like that, get the kills where they're needed. Keep it fairly clean compared to what we've seen before, but still not the best in the world. SJSU on a shaky-ish buy.
well, still full rifles being purchased here. SJU Charlie
Oh,
tried to.
excuse me. I was looking at SJU
Yeah,
Charlie.
SJU
I was
yeah.
wrong. Never mind. SJSU's fine.
Yeah, you're just looking at the letters. You know, one letter off SJSU, SJU. But naming and jokes aside, still very good, clean round there for them. Once again, identifying the chance to flip the map there when SJU Charlie go for these aggressive flanks here, and now gonna take space towards A here. Nothing, but this is C has already been fully cleared here, so I don't imagine there's a lot of question marks here, as well as grass. So the rest of the players know that there's nothing going on here, and they will have to be ready to hold onto A. Nick have to do it all. Nice on the cages, gets 2 with the spray here. Neural Theft being ripped. The Rice tries to trade back, but Nick is good for
Nick
3.
makes 3. Looking for a 4th. Catherine gets out in time. Nick pulled out the classic even, but that is Spike on the ground there in the CT control. 2 players grouped up here. You do have 2 ultimates, but I don't think there's a body to catch.
Oh,
Nick
the timing.
peeking out so aggressive, and it does pay off. A 4K for them. Alvi has to make this happen now. Has to find the magic. Cam going out. Let's see anything through the smoke. No, it won't. There's the neural theft.
Wow, they actually choose to rip it there. I don't 1v3 situation, but this is just a crossfire. I don't know how you.
Yeah,
break
how
through.
much will that help you here? I mean, you do know already sort of where these players are going to be. Peeking out, does find the 1v1, but ends up losing it. Hungry gets that kill for bringing it 3-3. It's been pretty even so far, something we didn't really see too much last game. SJSU were sort of running away with it.
Yeah, I mean, that initial site hit just took a little too long. Frost really needed to get a move on it. They were not able to clear out Nick in the backside, who held it down to get 4 on the round. And the thing is, it's like what I mentioned before, SJU Charlie really like to take up space, really like to clear. And if you can punish that with maybe some of the defaulting, maybe some players being held towards the grass garage area, it could allow you to get a numbers advantage before you even have to hit a site. See it again, Hungry just clearing out Lobby.
Yeah, these openers are so good. You get that lurker out of the way. You completely eliminate any chance for SJSU to have information about the other side of this map. They're just gonna commit to A. No one here. Is the Sova in heaven? Elemental has a pretty good advanced position. Nick, though, on the flank. It's done so much damage now. It's Goomba in a 1v5 flawless round with Hungry picking up a 3K there.
Yep, and
Only a rough one for SJSU.
yeah, just simply unaware of what is happening on the other side of the map, just getting flanked from multiple players by SJU Charlie. Really, no one's challenging the space, so it is just giving them so much control of the map, and, you know, it's just simple subtraction at that point. They're not, you know, you subtract the one site they're going to, you know, 2 sites, 1 site, you already know where to stack the players, where to have the util, and where to be ready to receive the initial util that comes out. And now, I need to see if Lavi and maybe more players need to get involved in just holding this flank, but it is a bonus round right now, so once again, not expecting too much to happen here. Back on the A, actually. Hungry,
Hungry
getting forward and
with
ahead.
the Valor here, you could do so much. And oh, it wasn't even a flank. It was just from main. Hungry not even finding anything there, but it won't matter because, oh, it might have mattered. Arise finding that headshot there brings it to 3-3. Still at a very, very big gun disadvantage. You maybe pick up the Phantom. It's rough. Elemental has worked her way up on the A side. I mean, decent position there if you can find anything out of this, but I don't think she will.
Oh, please flip the
Weird.
map. Flip the map. Let's go. We're running towards CT. And honestly, I would try to pivot back towards B or A if it is possible. I know it is a little scary, but SJU Charlie once again all on that flank together once again. Now going to meet back up with Elemental, who has already cleared up all the space towards A site. It at least gives them a chance to play it, especially with the Hunter's Fury. And the rest of the util coming back up. But gonna opt to clear towards heaven. Gonna leave no stone unturned on here. But it's this time ticking, and luckily SJU Charlie are not rotating, but you do have to overcome the fact they have 3 ults there to play with. So you're gonna have to see how this post plant goes, as Elemental now gonna have to be the first line of defense here. Plant goes down. Now, how do you start this? Only has the pistol, yep. Only has the Sheriff, no other guns to work with here, though.
You have the Hunter's Fury for SJSU Frost, but you have a lot more ult for SJU Charlie. Here's the drone to open it. Got the kill, and yeah, Elemental finding one, but just with the Sheriff, you can't really switch onto too many targets.
Yep.
So it will be another round for SJU Charlie, bringing it to 5-3. Hungry, a little profane there, maybe. Or, yeah.
I mean, a decent eco round, at least to get 3, but this is still rifles and economy building for SJU Charlie, who have stringed 3 rounds in a row now. And,
yeah.
you know, Op can come out.
8,000.
Yep, and yep, that is, I exactly called it. And 4 ults also ready on their side, too. So,
a lot more to work with for sure. SJSU did muster up a full buy this round, except for Taciturn, who has the regen shield, but it isn't far off. Still worry about these coming rounds. If you can't win this one here, they start to run away with it.
oh, but
Lavi finds 2 openers, goes low, still alive. Hunter's Fury looks to try and get the kill there, try to salvage anything, but it doesn't connect at all.
Yep, and this is going to force the rest of the team to scramble towards C. There are no defenders left on this site now. SJU Charlie forced to play retake here.
Boomba, no way you sneak up here. Do you commit for this?
I think you absolutely do. You just hold garage and wait for the rest of the players to rotate. You can have multiple late
The drone
well,
does catch Goomba out, but plenty of time to back up, back away, reset. Elemental trying to hold for that. Couldn't fight that duel.
not tradable there. Recon darts coming out. Util being prepped. Aftershock stuns.
Crazy amount of util.
Rolling Thunder.
Goomba find it with the aftershock. Lauby gets a 3K. Hungry pop the knives and did get 1 kill, so they are.
But this is a crossfire that's a little too hard to break, and deciding to try to save the op at the very least will opt to back out. Nice on SJSU Frost and nice on Lauby to find 2 that allow for the round win there.
We'll even out a little bit. Still a lot of guns down. Will you be able to full buy back into this? I know SJU Charlie certainly will.
Well, yeah, mostly,
yeah, okay.
mostly, and now,
Yeah, Elemental can.
honestly, the better part of that round, besides the win, is the fact a good amount of ults were invested there, and SJU Charlie didn't get the win. Now seeing 4 on SJSU, Rolling Thunder could be committed, as well as a Hunter's Fury. So, a lot of stuff to even out the game with here if they can win this next round. Op coming out, well, Op still safe from last round, and Judge coming out here on short here, so hopefully can be diligent about the clear. The smokes have just been sent towards short to allow for the cross towards long here, and, well, let's see what happens here.
Feels like we're seeing the same movie over and over again in this A hit. But it will be over soon. 3 rounds left in this half. So you want to see who can pull away here at the end. Arise is going to peek into an operator here. Hungry has the definite advantage. This is a shot, though. Arise doesn't get the headshot in return, but you will be happy to get out with your life there.
Yep, and Trip already cleared towards the front side of Garage there. Now setting up for the B hit. Everyone on the left side. Mikey Pook somewhat aware, but chooses to back off. Now space given as Hungry may choose to reinforce this. Cypher Cage is being tossed out, but this is just all a fake here as everyone is re-repping back towards A. Snail with the judge here.
This out. It's been a decent amount of time, but the judge, it still could be so devastating. Gunfire, cues the shot.
Open up
doesn't
the right!
check, pulls out the util, and Taciturn gets the kill in return. What a luck for the Omen there.
They're all theft rip though.
Oh,
Mikey
no,
Poo sprays through the smoke.
No vision at all. That might have been it.
Maybe.
The 3v2 retake. Elemental finds the kill through the wall.
Yep, so rip the
As
paranoia.
operator
Gets
adds
the blind, and she gets
the
3.
third. Oh man, Elemental, the potential savior of this round. Who knows what could have happened without those quick 3 kills there.
Yeah, but perfect util usage from Taciturn to take the position in the hell. Luckily, if Elemental was able to win the Heaven fight, both players left towards CT, able to blind both of them and allow for the trades to come through. Very nice teamwork like we see and like we mentioned before from SJSU Frost coming through and now knocking SJU Charlie to a bit of a lighter by heavy investments coming through. Nick only with the Sheriff here. But still, like we mentioned, because of those 3 rounds earlier, still have a way to play into this. But ults were not really used with the exception of Rolling Thunder, so it could still get scary here. Maybe making this a 75 half if the game is played correctly for them. Trip being sent ahead, util being dumped, Trips being cleared as now a full C site is taken. Nick just in the garage, gonna try to use the cam to maybe get 1 pick there, but just holding for a 5v5 retake now.
Very fast here, gets the spike planted without any casualties so far, but here's the retake. Drone gets the tag onto Elemental.
Gets it with
Play a little back now. Oh, Snail found a kill with their utility there. Gets another one with the Vandal. Hungry gets a 3rd. Nick finds the 4th. Will be hit as soon as it happened. It ended.
Yep. SJU Charlie ready to flood back into that together with the util clearing out everything. Nicely done from them. Getting 6 for this defender half now. SJSU Frost.
Last round before the switch.
Are we looking to at least find something with their ultimates here? It is a little rough though, but the buys can still be distributed thanks to the Blade Storm here. Now, the real question is, where do we choose to go? I feel like both teams have really exhausted their playbook at this point of the half. You see the game's going pretty even. You see the awareness and adaptations coming through, so
Yeah.
we'll see if that changes in the next half.
I mean, largely it looks like the same playbook for Frost right here. They're playing that same A hit, same defense out of SJU Charlie pretty much as well.
Yeah, credit where credit's due, though. At least being more willing to pivot towards B and C, as well as Garage here. But
Yeah, not committing the Omen as far forward.
absolutely not. And no one is really in Garage. Only Trip being sent there. But
Elemental finds one with the Blade Storm. That's pretty big. You can pick up that gun. It's definitely going to be a valuable kill.
updraft and dash to get Nick with the crouch.
Crouching does get the better of Elemental there. Just unexpected positioning. It goes down. It's a 4v4b.
Yeah, but
Not an easy sight to hold against a retake.
need to bail Arise out. Hunter's here could be a great tool for the post plan, but in this corner,
Man, Arise finds the perfect timing. Hungry just wasn't looking. Arise got forced out, but I mean, forced into a beneficial position. Nick finds 2 kills, bring that kill total up to 3, up to 4 now. Could get the ace, but it won't happen. A 1-4-1 chooses to close this round out. Close out the half instead. Guarantee that.
yeah, I mean, you know, the mid-round pivot to be never a bad idea, but unfortunately, I feel that if Arise was able to get out, play the Shocks, play the Hunter's Fury, could have been converted to a win there, and for some reason, they were the ones committed to a plan. I'm pretty sure they had the Hunter's Fury up,
Yeah, they did.
so maybe a bit of miscommunication there. Maybe feels like someone else should have planted, but a 7-5 half now is not the worst result to see, but the question is, can they hold on this defender side, this CT side? But now we're just, you know, now we're seeing the same movie, but the remastered edition, as we see SJSU
Yeah.
Frost actually not doing the same setup. I lied, you know, as I lied as well as
it's different from Charlie as well. They're looking towards
Oh,
this
but this
mid
window
area to
fight.
try and
Oh, dear.
contest.
We saw this last map too, where they just went for the
I
fights
mean,
there.
yeah, if they go for this like crazy second round, just rush. They were on defense last time,
And,
but oh
well,
man, yeah, that double swing out is really devastating. Goomba finds 1-2 return, goes low for it though.
Yeah.
Reset now from both sides, seeing what they want to do next. Charlie seems like they're looking at A, but they're also considering B, keeping their options open. Not going to commit to anything quite yet. If they do commit to A here, they run the potential of falling into the crosshairs of Arise, who's holding it, but just the classic.
Can't do much against the numbers there, as now has to give up the space here. Going back, calling for reinforcements here. Stun comes out.
No smoke here to slow it down at all. Hungry's out fast, and it will be a quick kill. Still, SJSU doing well to find these kills back. Goomba just lost the game of peekaboo there. Snail with the right click.
Paranoia ripped out though, so this is, as you told, being committed here. Now smoking CT, waiting on that angle. Tries to cage, walk out, flood back into this site, but you're playing a dangerous game here. Mikey Poo finds the one.
Man, Mikey Poo finds one. Taciturn finds it back. Snail peeking out of the smoke again, but this time it won't work. Taciturn with 3 there.
Really could have gone either way, but well played. The Frost trade off each other and play around the smokes, play around the chaos, and play around the util. They have been looking a little better in some of these moments where they're able to isolate it down to those 2v2s, but now it's going to have to see if it can be converted to a little more to at least be competitive in this map, if they can even it out. C9 phone ringing. Who is this? But now looking at the buys, Elemental with the Outlaw as expected, and the rest of the team now stacking towards Garage here. Lavi gonna have to do a lot here. And I honestly, with just the
Could
Ghost,
get dicey. Yeah, especially with just that Ghost.
Oh,
Going towards C, so you
yeah.
put the trip there. That trip's not going to stop 5 players for sure.
absolutely not. 5 gamers ready to just explode onto Garage here. Slowly creeping up. Not the front trip, but information should still be given. And the rest of the team is not really ready to fight this. Just smoking off towards main there to really secure a lobby. But
Here we go. Trip broken. Stuns committed. Dart sent onto site, and Lauvi can't do anything. Nick and Snail find their ones. 5v3 now. The plant's gone down. Goomba here is the only one close. Other players will be coming towards B. Elemental with the Outlaw trying to sneak around, get this kill onto Nick if she can. Does. Quick scopes in. Dash expires though, so now it's gonna be a slow walk around to try and flank this. Goomba sending some utility through. He's a bit of a distraction, a little bit of bait. Elemental from behind gets that kill with the Outlaw. So we were talking about Goomba. Sufficient
No one is
distraction. No
looking!
way! Nobody checks that? They just think it's CT. Oh man, Goomba gets 3 off of beautiful bait from that utility. They just, is there time? I think there is.
0.88 seconds on the dot, and not quite sure what happened. I feel like if you were going to have
Just
3,
tunnel vision.
yeah, if you're going to have 3 players committed there, it feels like you should have just pushed out CT at that rate if you knew that, you know, the retake was coming through Garage or Long, knowing that the players died on the flank there. So a bit unusual to say the least to see that happening, but a nice round for SJSU Frost to win that back out and even the game up.
I mean, maybe you just don't anticipate the flank at all or the Garage play at all. I don't know. Maybe they thought Elemental got the... No, but they knew Elemental was mid.
They should have known with Nick
So-
dying there, so it feels like a bit of
Yeah.
confusion, clutter in the comms in that chaotic round there, but now just continuing it on, just W keying towards C-side.
Hungry jumping onto the box there. Finds 1, finds 2. Could go for more here. Have the dash recharge. You have a cloud burst as well. Playing the patient game.
Yep, 3-5 retake now, looking towards Garage here. Nick in a cheeky position to ruin this, actually opting to hop up the window, and if you do not turn your back, the same thing
Man,
might
Nick's
happen.
gonna peek out and get 2 here. Gets 1. Could get 2. Goes very low. And A141 gets another 2. It'll be a flawless round, even though Nick went so low there.
Yeah, so strength in numbers, you know, apes together strong, showing that SJU Charlie, showing that same energy where they're willing to take these fights all together and clear out space very fast. Now going to force SJSU Frost to rethink their defensive half a little more here.
I think we've seen Charlie sort of deathball quite a bit in this series. Sometimes it's worked, sometimes there hasn't been anyone there, so you don't get anything out of it. But when it does work, it certainly works well. There's not much you can do about it, especially if you're not expecting it. you are, maybe you can set up.
I'm trying to anticipate the dark cover, not allowing them to confirm any presence towards long here. Camera will do the job though, and now thinking about asking for help, but players are still working towards garage, working towards grass, and this is not a committal of anything whatsoever. Now Mikey Poo trying to hold outside, but there are two players ready nearby towards garage. A space has been taken up by Elemento and
Got the
Arise.
trip down, so you have to push up a little bit more, risk a little bit more, try and get the camera. Elemento can't get the kill tagged, and Nick finds the headshot.
Doesn't activate the dash there. Lavi able to at least get one on the Hungry, and that is Spike C long. So the rounds are gonna get a little weird here.
Yeah, SJSU's in a weird position. Goomba gets that one. Bring them into a man advantage right now, but turns around. The timing is so bad, and it comes at the time of another kill from SJU Charlie, who've now completely flipped it. Now they have the advantage in terms of players. Mikey Poo teleporting to try and move this fast to A. Get this site, get the plant down, claim your space.
Nick already clearing out towards CT here. Should be able to hear all the footsteps and already cleared site, guaranteeing the plant. You see these players taking these forward positions now as Taciturn forced to at least clear. Nick does not expect it.
Not clear it. Nick does give up their position, but Arise now has to worry about more than just one angle here, more than just two. It was three. A141 gets the kill credit there, but it was all three players playing around each other to make sure Arise had no chance there.
Yeah, Bermuda Triangle of Death there with that crossfire now being held, and a nice 2 rounds for SJU Charlie now being gathered, forcing SJSU now on the eco once again. We've seen this game just go back and forth so many times, and the real question is if they can do something in this 17th round of regulation. Hard to say. It's really hard to say. Now opting for the Windows grass push, but now Hungry just through the cage, goes through long. Taciturn hears all the footsteps here, but needs to go back, needs to be ready, needs to call for the rest of the team, who at least has rotated through.
Just
but
one smoke here to play around with the Sheriff. Find a headshot. It could be big. Players come out. Taciturn misses the first. Head gets the second, but can't find any of the other four. A141 has 3 right now. Elemento on a flank, but running into Mikey Poo with a gun. Not quite out yet. Lavi now also on a flank, but just with a Sheriff this time. Could catch the perfect timing.
I mean, not favorable as Mikey Poo, though, rotates out, has the neural theft. Maybe considers it. Maybe. No information given. Recon stun coming through. Now in this long position, gets the one.
Lavi finds one. Snail gonna peek out, just gives up too much exposed body for Lavi to shoot.
Bit unusual to really peek that when the spike hasn't even been tapped yet, and already, you know, they knew where Lavi was in long there, but they just gave him the one and dones, and you don't really want to do that from that position. As now,
yeah, there was really no reason to peek that there for either player.
I mean, yeah, unusual decision making coming out there, but now still able to comfortably buy, but it gives SJSU a buffer to play with here. Slowly feels like a race we're trying to catch up now. Elemento calling the timeout. You don't see this one a lot, and you know when they do call it, the game is intense.
Yeah, I mean, certainly it has been a lot more intense than the last one, a lot more contentious. There's more to worry about. You know, you're not out of the woods yet. You did win this round. You're still down 1. And you still have quite a few to go until this map is going to be over. Very good chance of this one going to overtime, to be honest.
I mean, you do feel like that some of these rounds have really come down to the hero plays, multi-kills on players, winning those 1v2s, those 2v2s, getting multi-frags in the round here. So, you know, wouldn't say the game plan is necessarily working, but at least you're fighting back. Maybe need to figure out how to give yourself more of those opportunities to fight back and maybe secure yourself a more advantageous position in this really, really close game we got going on here. As the timeout comes through, strats being discussed, ultis are on the table for both teams here, so we will have to wait and see if any of them get ripped here.
I'm interested to see what the strat making looks like because, I mean, there hasn't been too much on this defender side yet that we've seen. Not enough for real patterns to emerge like we saw last half. Here it comes, though.
3 players stacked towards C here.
Or really, I mean, you have like Goomba available, very close by. There's the Hunter's Fury from the attacking side. Does it get any connections? I think, oh man, it did. It got Taciturn. Arise answers back with a kill in mid. Mikey Poo trying to avenge their fallen brethren, but it won't happen.
I mean, not
barely missed the
favorable.
timing, yeah.
Yep, Goomba now holding towards garage here should be able to see Mikey Poop, but oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
I just
It's a
had
timing game.
I just had to speak, you know. I just really had to speak there. Well, looking to re-hit C here off the util, but the stack is still here, so I do not know if you really want to go for this.
The drone didn't see. I don't think it did. Oh, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. Stun coming through, but whiff on the full blade storm and
to that elemental finds 2, finds 3. Mikey Poo shooting.
Oh, the spray control.
Oh,
no.
no.
Where the bullets? There's none left in it. Cruises that went out.
Every time. It comes down to these bullets. It comes down to reloading your guns, to having it out. It's so unfortunate how many timing moments there's been in this series for both halves, for both teams.
Tension in the air. You can really feel it in some of these moments here. Now,
maybe pressure getting to these players a little bit.
Absolutely. You know, you still want to be placing as high as you can, regardless of the stakes. You want to prove that your work that you've done all year has not been for nothing. And really seeing the tenacity of both of these teams in this close game. You can really feel that coming through here. Darts coming through. Aggression on C. Trips not cleared, though, and the rest of the team ready to reinforce this. And thinking twice about going back. Hungry just going to hold the space. Mikey going to look to explore garage once again. But I don't think you find anything here. You find a trip. But once again, slowly resetting the round here as the slow rotates come through. Going to see if they can find a timing on the Goomba.
Oh my gosh, Goomba. Oh my goodness.
That's just a phantom moment.
It is. That could have gone very wrong. Lauvy gets the opener there. That is in garage. I think maybe off of the information from that trip, maybe.
Neural theft being ripped here now, forcing 2 players to rotate over as the rest of SJU Charlie scramble towards A here. Rolling Thunder being committed. Arise trying to get offsite. Will force this into a retake scenario here as the site is given, but SJS
has so many ults here to potentially use to just win this round easy.
All on the board here. Arise gets the first on the Hungry. Rolling Thunder gets ripped. Gets the kill towards short.
Allows Elo Mental to flank here.
Yep, and
needed.
This is looking like a disaster. A14 getting inevitably crunched by the rest of the team as Arise finds 3 on the round. Snail with the Sheriff, though, gets a little scary with it, but too many bodies to
the way. I think thought maybe that they got the kill.
Too many targets to go for there, and waiting around as they get the defuse to get 10 in this half. Finally, the first team to hit double digits in this game.
It was really great play from SJSU around the potential flank from Elo Mental. They know as soon as they kill that Cypher, it's a possibility. Elo Mental can walk up, and then it really did help in that kill on A141. Elo Mental gets the initial damage, and then the breach utility, guarantees it pretty much.
Yep, keeping it calm in a pair of safe hands from the rest of the team. Op finally now being purchased by Elo Mental now. Looking towards grass, being ready for some movement here, but it is everyone just funneling towards garage here, taking that early space and looking to destroy the trip. Flash comes through, smoke towards garage here. Lauvy has to be ready for this. Location.
Go now. Oh man, location revealed. The dart latches on, dashing into sight now for Hungry. Doesn't go too well. Lauvy ready for it. Cage goes up 2 to just slow down these players a little bit more. Trip slowing as well. Lauvy gets the kill. Elo Mental finding 1 with the operator. A141. Not too many options there. Had to take a fight, and none of them were going to be easy. Frost will go to 11.
Yep, everyone ready to rotate and respond to whatever SJU Charlie were doing. I think they kind of ran to the tendency that they like to play towards grass and B, and just being ready on the fast rotate to help hold the sights down.
Ooh, and now a timeout from Charlie here. It's been sort of close together now, but it is in these crucial moments that you really do need to think about what you want to do next. SJSU's 2 off from a series victory here.
Absolutely, and these last few rounds have not felt like it has worked out whatsoever. It's not even coming out of the gunfights at this point. It's just simply not putting enough pressure on the other side of the map. We explained that they tend to just try to stick together and force a play, but in Haven, that is a little hard to do, especially with these mirror comps. Breach util as well as Sova util can do so much across the map, and really you need to work your way around it to make players uncomfortable and force them off some of these positions that they're in.
Yeah, there's been a lot of commitment towards this garage play, and a lot of the times it hasn't been working out. The times that it doesn't work out on C. Just feels like SJSU is very ready for that.
Absolutely, maybe need to call for a B pivot or more pressure on lobby there. The thing is, Elemental's just been slowly holding that with the op, so it allows for the rest of the team to feel comfortable with rotating and reinforcing some of the other sites here. But now switching up towards B here, and need to challenge Arise on this angle towards long here first if they want to do something. And I think that's being called. Recon Dart coming out as well as the stun. Forces them off the angle here. Gonna force a retreat here.
We go now. Players funneling through short. Smoke sent over by SJSU to try and slow this down. I mean, it seems like it's worked. It's given a lot of these players time to rotate over. Now maybe the bomb goes to a different site. It seems like A141 wants to do that. Here we go. Nick holding in this garage area. There's no one there. Elemental finds the first kill with the operator. Quickly traded out, though. A lot of value down the drain if SJSU can't win this round. Here we go. Goomba, Arise, get their ones. Hungry finds a return with that Sheriff. Picking up the Guardian as well, maybe.
Yep, and just going to off to back out with the spike there. 45 seconds left.
You kind of have to send it A at this point. Goomba's waiting here with the Vandal. Not too much utility that can really make a difference here. I guess you can slow it down a bit, but
left.
Oh dear, they're rotating out and they only got 27 seconds left. This might be a
where do you
forced
go
B
even?
pivot. I mean, they're going to get crunched from garage, and A, if they don't get a move on, Acetone already ready to...
I mean, I think if Tassern gets one here, it's almost guaranteed. What else can they really do? Hungry smokes off the angle. Line goes through. Nick not caught by it, so does get that kill. Lauvi peeking out. Hungry finds it through the box. Now it's Goomba in a 1v2. Nick get that closer. I mean, talked a big game, but SJU Charlie does take it back after their pause here.
Yep, and nice mid-round pivot there. It does feel like, you know, that should not have ever happened, really. You had the players, you had the numbers, and you had the cross on site, but maybe just not anticipating the timing there, and SJU Charlie find a window to get into B and secure themselves at least another round win. Keeping this within touching distance here.
I really do think there is a possibility that we head to overtime here. And so back and forth. I mean, SJSU put on a little bit of a streak just now, but could just flip here. Who knows? 10 to 11 now. A couple rounds left in this map. We go to game 3.
Cages and fake presence being shown towards C now, looking to pivot back into A. Arise going to take up the short space right now, going to take a little peek but find nothing.
There's no trip here this time.
No.
So Arise could go for a flank here. There's been a trip every other round pretty much.
Oh,
Flash
the
comes
window.
through. Elemental caught out. The trip now broken. Here comes the hit onto C. Hungry gonna dash onto site. Lauvi still stunned up. Gets the kill. Mikey Blue trading it out. It's a 3v3. The plant will go down.
Hunter's Fury at least stalls it out for now. Looking to
Oh,
flip back into the snail in this corner position, though.
Sail,
Had the
turning
chance to
corner,
trade it.
Gets the kill.
Goomba
Blind
is ready.
also, but oh wow.
Yeah.
Goomba got the 2 there. That's the difference maker for sure. So SJSU Frost will go to 12. Match point now, series point, tournament point, pretty much, because this would determine the final seeds, final positioning. SJSU just need one here to guarantee 3rd place in this Playfly tournament.
Yeah,
All
thing
of it
is,
here.
though, SJU Charlie have the potential to get some ults here if they find the kills and the frags here. Could still keep this game in contention. Now, though, A default resources ready. Stun, ripped, but nothing seen as the rest of SJU Charlie start to slowly creep their way up here.
Rise not giving anything up there, leaving nothing to chance now.
Recon drone coming
Elo
out.
Mental gonna walk over towards A with that Blade Storm. There's gonna be players here. The Hunter's Fury pop for the attackers. Does not find an initial blow, but does get the second one on the Goomba. No kills out of that. Arise gets 3. Didn't even see it, but that's huge. Goomba finds the 4th. It's just one man left now. Excuse me, not man.
Oh.
Nick. Now
One Nick.
in a 1v3.
Oh,
Oh no! Peeking out the side, gave up too much of the body. An easy kill for Lauvi now.
Defenders win.
And it'll be 13-10 to end this map 2. SJSU Frost take it in a 2-0 fashion. Good game.
Yep, shutting down SJU Charlie on their Mac pick. It got a little close, but in the end, SJSU Frost able to overcome them and fire back at them from what seemed like a rough start to the second half there. It was even, but now this finally means that at least in the Playfly tournament, they will secure their 3rd place seeding. And that will conclude today's Val stream. And they will be going to Illinois for Aurora on Friday, starting Friday. So I don't know if there's going to be streams for that, but just
I don't think so, no. But definitely make sure tune into their stream. Look for our players, support them, root for them as they continue in that tournament. Congratulations to SJSU Frost for making it this far for 3rd place. Very nice performance out of them. We'll see you all next time. Make sure to follow the socials all down here.
Yep, and we also see Val streams on Saturday, I believe. Sunday. So stay tuned for that, as this will be SJSU Blues' last chance to possibly stay in the playoffs here.
Oh, catch you for that. Thank you for tuning into the stream.